we now welcome on to the show the first special guest we've had this entire season. So that's good.
Wow, I'm excited.
The greatest whistler in the Barstool Sports office.
Host
of Chicks in the Office.
Not okay.
Chicks in the Office, Sirius XM.
Co-host.
Chicks in the Office, Instagram. Co-host. Well, it's like you and Rhea are both
We're both
hosts.
hosts.
I think, yeah. Francesca Mariano.
Wow,
How do you
Henry
pronounce your last name?
Lockwood. Mariano. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
How are you doing?
Gentlemen.
You were also last week. You were in last place.
Oh,
a
my team's atrocious.
Huge win, but I was
big
noticing,
win this week.
Oh,
The
yeah.
reason that I asked you to come on is because while we were doing the show, I was looking at the league and looking at the transactions.
Yeah.
The Fran and K team is active.
Oh, active because I'm desperate. I'm truly desperate. It all started probably with Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first he was the starting QB. That just turned into a disaster. Keenan Allen has been playing like shit.
Well, did it start with the draft itself? Because you
Well,
weren't even
I
here
wasn't
for the
even
draft.
here for the draft. So, honestly, bad luck right off the bat. But I had no choice. I couldn't be here for the draft because Rhea and I were going to Penn State to see the Jonas brothers. So, Kate had to stand in. But I really was, I had the Excel sheet. I was telling Kate who to pick. So it was me. All the picks were me, except for at the end when you guys bamboozled Kate into drafting 2 kickers.
Where were you when the draft was happening? Were you like in
the
car? So you were in the car on the phone with an Excel sheet?
I had my hotspot on my phone and my computer open.
I respect the hell
while
out
I
of that.
waited to see what was going on.
And when did
Sending Kate texts like, "What's happening?"
obviously as the season goes, if you lose a couple games early, it's whatever because the season's still young. At what point did you have a real Monday morning realization like, oh fuck, there's a chance I have to do 12 hours straight of radio?
Oh, I think it was after there was like a third loss in a row because I'm trying to think. I think we started 2-1 and we were in like a good spot because I think week 2 or week 3. Kamara and Keenan Allen both had like 40 points each. It was fantastic. And I was like, oh, sweet. This is going to be great. And then it just fell down from there. I think after like the third loss, I was like, oh, shit, we really might have to do radio. This is really bad. Deshaun Jackson got hurt. I had him. Kamara's been hurt. Now they were on a bye, and he just hasn't been playing.
Have you and Kate talked about what you would do if you did have to do 12 hours of radio?
We have discussed, yeah.
Would you like to share that with the union?
No.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
I've said it on Barstool Radio, Chicks in the Office, 3 to 4 p.m.s on Sirius XM. That's
a cross plug, but not really because you're not you're not giving. You're supposed to give and take, and you're not really giving anything. But that's all right.
Well, you guys are on Twitch every
Tuesday,
right?
2
But
p.m.
it's
2 to 3 now.
Oh, you moved
2 to 3.
it.
Used to be 3
honestly,
to 4.
I
Now
realized
I was
the
gonna
conflict
say,
of interest.
it was 3
there was
to 4
me
for
and
a
Rhea
while,
weren't.
and every time I was like, damn, I could really maybe learn something if I listen in during this Twitch, but I never can because I'm on radio.
Yeah, so your co-host is my girlfriend. We lived together. There was like a few weeks there where we weren't talking because it was like, what the fuck? You guys are doing your Twitch fantasy show while we're doing radio. Like, it can't happen. So we moved it an hour before. We're now 2 to 3 on Twitch. Good plug for social. Twitch 2 to 3 on Tuesdays. FFFPod, Twitter,
Twitch.tv/Barstool Sports.
Amazing. Yeah. See, I can't even get on any of that because
well, you can now.
You
no,
can
you can
now.
now.
Now I can.
Yeah.
But
so there's actually no excuse.
Okay, now I can. On radio before, I have told Rhea that Kate and I have discussed it, but we don't want to reveal it just in case we don't lose and somebody just steals the idea, or I say it and everybody gets mad and they're like, you can't do that.
Got it.
So I'm just holding on to it for now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the fantasy football game?
Not very long.
You're not I think who is the longest? Clem has been in it since like 1990.
Clem said
Yeah.
like the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Clem and
pretty hard
Stephen
to
Jay.
like I feel like if I was in a more of an office setting, like maybe I would be doing more office fantasy football like for these past 2 years, but this is the first time we've done it here.
I was going to say, Fran, that's literally what we're doing.
No. Yes, this is the first time we've done it here. We haven't done it in past years, and I have some like girlfriends that are interested, but not a lot. Like one of my friends tried to start one this season, and nobody wanted to do it. It was like just me and her. So it's tough, and boys have theirs like established for so long that they nobody in, nobody out kind of thing. So it's kind of tough to like find a league to really do it. I like doing. Last year I did a lot of daily fantasy.
Daily fantasy diaries.
We love that here.
Let's open up the diary. What do you got? What was your experience?
I haven't done a lot of. I haven't done like any this year just because I've been so depressed about my team in this league. But last year I was doing it on FanDuel.
Correct.
And okay, good. Just wanted to make sure that was correct.
We love FanDuel.
Okay, good. And I won like $80.
There you
after,
go.
Like I did it a few times. It was fun. I liked it a lot.
So you're a shark.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard, but I have the best gambling record on Super Sunday Rundown.
I did not hear that. So you're on a Super Sunday Rundown with Stephen Che, who we thought was a smart fantasy football player. We had him on as the first guest on the show. Turns out all his advice was bad. His team is like in like 2-5. He had this whole strategy that he invented. Complete disaster. He thinks he knows a lot about football. Willie Colon, who played in the NFL, thinks he knows a lot about football. And you're saying that you have the best gambling record out of all of them. By how much?
I'll double check, but as of last week, I don't think I've lost my top spot. But as of last week, I was, let's see, Super Sunday picks. I was 11-3.
Woo! What the fuck?
Goodness.
And I went 1-1 last week, so I'm 12-4.
Are you actually putting
against
money on
the
these?
spread?
You really should.
Against the spread?
We do.
And
we
I
do
should.
we do a lock, so and normally we keep it just like a favorite, and then an underdog, and that's it. So two picks a week, and I missed 1 week because I wasn't on the show that week, so I'm at 12-4.
When do you make those picks? Like what goes 12-4 is like?
Yeah.
You're the best gambler in this office.
Probably because
I
don't gamble. I don't gamble. Like I don't.
Still,
she's not.
We have.
She'll win.
Exactly.
The second that someone puts money on those picks, they will start losing.
I said there's one man on Twitter who tweets at me every week that he takes my picks, and he's like, "Thanks, Fran, won again this week." I'm like, "You're welcome. I think you're the only one taking my picks."
I'm gonna start tuning in.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're going to continue to tune in.
No. I'm gonna be. I mean, like tune in, as in tune
Focus.
in into the pick that you actually play.
I haven't. Like I said, I don't gamble on my own picks. I feel like once I do start to do that, then they'll all start to lose. But I'm just giving out picks for the greater good.
Yeah, I mean, you can count on me taking whatever action you're taking this weekend.
Yeah.
Super Sunday Rundown. That leads me to my next question.
Stephen Che's 50s as of last week he was 8-6. I don't know how his picks went. I can actually. Oh no.
That's more bar for the course. Like I think anything between 50 and 60% is kind of what you would expect.
Everybody's above 50%. As a show, we're at 65%.
That's pretty good.
So as a show, it's pretty solid.
That show, it airs at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock on Sundays.
We're 10:30 live, so we're in between Advisors and Walk the Line. And then again, once it replays, so you can watch it at 10:30, you can watch it at noon.
But I in the last few years have had to work on Sundays. It's greatly affected my overall life. It's one of those things where you don't really think about it.
Social life.
What? Yeah. How is that working on Sunday morning? Really, it messes with everything. You think you have the weekend, then you're like, well, I have Friday, but then it's like Saturday. You really can't do anything because if you're hungover Sunday, it's just miserable.
This is what I've been doing. I'll go out and drink with my friends on Saturday afternoon, either go out to bars, watch college football or something. And then I'll get dinner and then I go home. While all my friends are like, okay, where are we pregame? Where are we going today? I'm like, bye guys, I'm going home. Cause I did it one time. I went out this whole season on a Saturday night and I wanted to kill myself on Sunday morning. I woke up and was like, that was the worst decision I've ever made.
We'll get you some DHM detox. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Big T. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think when we started PMT, the first year it started, we were doing it, and I was living at home in the summer, and I was trying to go out I was going out to the beach before we recorded, and then I would just we'd start recording, I'd fall asleep.
Oh yeah.
It's just not.
You just can't do it.
Can't do it. So.
And I gotta be on. You're on camera. People have to look at my face. I can't be disgusting.
Bloated, hungover.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
credit
actually
to you.
have to sleep.
Super Sunday Rundown, 10:30. Yeah. I mean, Fran has given up her entire social life to commit to this show and give you winners. 12-4. I don't know math. That's 85%.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Connor, do you have any questions for Fran? This is where Rowan would usually have like a witty, creative, funny question.
I don't
want to talk.
He's not here today.
Can we talk about my absolute elation winning this week? Like, I watched that Giants-Cowboys game and was so depressed because I was like, I can't believe not only are the Cowboys
Oh, you guys had
win,
an unexpected.
We had the Cowboys defense, and that's why we won. We were buried. It was like 109 to 107, and we were toast. And because Jeff D. Lowe had Rojas, so we had the Giants kicker, and he was great.
So you were in like a miracle. You had given up the loss.
I was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. We lost again. And I almost turned the game off, but I was just praying that Daniel Jones would do something ridiculous, and he did. Just got stripped with like 16 seconds left in the game, and Dallas recovered the fumble for a touchdown, and I won.
Yeah, so y'all got 18 points from the Dallas defense to win 118-109.
Yep.
Unbelievable. I mean, that's like if you had the win percentage chance. Like that's one of those ones that the last second drops down. So
I was done. I had lost.
Did you realize that live, or was that a next morning?
It was live. It was. I watched live and was like, yes. I was in my own house. I was like at home in New Jersey, because Tuesday was election day. I had to vote. And
wow.
Yeah. You know, really.
Thank you for doing
local
your civic
politics.
duty.
And my mom made me, to be honest.
Did you get a sticker?
Yeah, I did. I voted. I did it.
It feels good, though. What? The sticker.
No, the sticker feels great.
Awesome.
You see, everyone in New York was wearing their sticker on Tuesday.
Excuse my ignorance, but voted for...
It was like local...
Some states had governors.
Like my local town's politics. And my mom has gotten more involved. She wasn't running, but she was helping support one of her friends who was running. So I had
Campaigning.
Yes. I had to go home to...
Every vote counts.
I had to go home to vote. And so I was watching like at home, and I was at my parents who went to bed. I was just like up with my dogs being like, oh, please, something happened. And I saw it in live. I was like refreshing the Yahoo app like every 2 seconds.
We talked about it on the show. I said it was like we got a screenshot of a kid that had Daniel Jones as his quarterback, and he was going against Dallas's defense, and the only way he could lose is if that happened.
Yep.
And he sent the video of it refreshing, and I was like, honestly, my heart sank watching that, knowing how bad that must hurt. But on the other end, there's absolutely no better feeling. You probably didn't even sleep on Monday night.
I was so happy. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, I didn't even realize who I was playing because I'm kind of confused by some of the everybody changes their names every week.
And avatars.
And I'm like, I don't know who this even is. So I didn't realize. I was like, I don't even know who I'm playing. It was the Back to the Future team.
It was Lights Camera Barstool, who, I'm not kidding, in the time we've been recording this podcast, has changed their name again.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
to the Rocket.
They are now the Rocket.
Okay, the avatar was Dak Prescott. I was like, who the fuck is this? I don't even know who this is. I had to like click on the messenger button that nobody uses, and when you do that, it says like chat with Jeff Lowe, and I was like, oh my god, it was Jeff Lowe this whole time.
Did you rub it into Jeff D. Lowe, former deskmate of yours?
I was very polite about it.
And they were probably
Tuesday
like
morning.
he probably was very upset. Like
he replied to my tweet, was like, I'm absolutely sick. Like because I tweeted Kate like, it's a miracle that this happened, and I saw him Tuesday morning, was just like, it's pretty unfortunate there, Jeff. Huh? And he was like, I don't want to talk about it.
You asked if I had any questions. I do have a question for you, Fran. It's not about fantasy football though. What do you think about Pete the Pilot being the Bachelor?
Big T, I don't love it.
Now, do you follow the spoilers?
No.
So I don't either. And
Connor,
what?
Can't talk about spoilers.
No, I'm not.
I'm spoiler free.
But I accidentally saw one yesterday.
Yeah, that gets you. I saw one for Becca's season that really, it just ruined the entire season.
But I know the final three, but I only remember one of them.
Okay.
So it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, but I feel like once the season starts and you see the faces, you'll be like,
remember.
oh, it was those three.
The one I remembered is the one I want to win, though.
Okay.
So we're sitting pretty.
When does The Bachelor come back?
January.
That's unfortunate. Fran's passion for The Bachelor has ignited my girlfriend's passion for The Bachelor, which has then forced me to have to watch The Bachelor, which is somewhat, I wouldn't say ignited my passion because I haven't missed it being on at all, and I'm not looking forward to like having to watch it again. So,
but you kind of are.
It's more of like there's some times where it's funny, where it's like, oh my god. But even there's stuff I laugh at where, like, for example, Fran is a huge Jonas Brothers fan. This is probably the ultimate one where it's like, I feel like this. I thought it was funny, and then the audience of Fran and Rhea, which is usually like the audience, I say it to Fran, she says it. I say it to Rhea, she says it to Fran, and then they're both like, "You're an idiot." There's the Jonas Brothers documentary where you got to watch it. It's a great documentary. I became a huge Jonas Brothers fan after watching it. That's genuine. I was like, these guys are actually like, you think Jonas Brothers, Disney Channel, whatever, but it's like these dudes, great story, came up from nothing, grinded their asses off, and fucking blew the fuck up. And Nick and Joe are very cool. Kevin, there's a scene where they were breaking up, and Kevin was like, yeah, you know, they told me not to come to the show. They didn't need me. Like, it was like the last show before like we were going to break up, so it didn't even matter. And they told me not to come. And like they weren't even going to play our Jonas Brothers songs. They were going to play our own songs. He's like, and he starts like crying. And he's like, then I turned on the TV and they were playing all our songs without me. And like, it was so funny, like unintentionally hilarious. And I was dying laughing. And Rhea was like crying and was like, what are you laughing at? Like, that's not funny. Like, it's sad.
I do remember Rhea texting me that you were making fun of Kevin.
The
we were
funniest,
both very offended.
the most unintentionally funny, if you haven't seen this, it's a Jonas Brothers plug. So watch it. I think it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
But you didn't think that was funny at all. You couldn't even understand the humor
sad.
in it. But like sad, but it's like sad, but like they just made $1 billion and they're breaking up. It's not like anyone died. There was no drug problems.
It was just,
there was no like
sad from like a brother standpoint. Like
the brothers. I love how they call them the brothers too.
They sat down and Kevin was like, I just like they were playing a game and they were like airing out all their grievances. And Kevin was like, I just want to know like why you guys played that show without me. It was sad.
Damn.
It was pretty sad.
But they're basically like, because you were squid. Like they're more just like
you.
Yeah, we hated you.
You didn't seem like you cared anymore. Really, none of them cared at all. Like they towards the end they were just there because they had to be there.
Has your life changed since meeting the brothers?
100%. Yeah.
Do you feel like a sister of the brothers?
Not really, because the
wives
call themselves the Jonas sisters.
Oh.
The J sisters.
That's a power trio if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, they call themselves the J sisters, which is pretty sweet.
You got never mind. Okay, all right, Fran. Thank you very much for coming on last
guys.
minute.
I really hope I don't lose.
Hold on. So we never settled the whistling. We've done only one round.
Oh, I think it was unanimously. Everyone was Fran.
That is inaccurate. I have receipts.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to have?
I'm shocked by that because I feel like Frankie was the winner. No.
Frankie was in second. I think it was Fran, Frankie, Nate, and then I honestly forget who else was even in contention.
I really practiced.
I will give Frankie credit. A lot of people said they would have. The majority was me, and then people said it would have been Frankie if he hadn't laughed in the middle.
Ooh.
But I got credit for longevity and going the whole song.
Can we have a whistle
I went
off?
the whole song.
Oh yeah.
I did the whole song. Although it's tough to do the beginning.
Let's
Frankie's
whistle a Jonas Brothers song.
Frankie's very powerful, but I don't know if he doesn't have a different rate.
Pick a Jonas Brothers
You
song.
go first, Connor. Set the tone.
You pick
we
a song
go together.
and I'll do it. I'm not gonna lie, his whistle's pretty beautiful. Whoa! There's like a flutter to it.
That was great,
That was
Fran.
really great.
Connor,
Thank you.
would you like to try?
Wow, I'm actually very impressed. I don't
Thank
think
you very much.
I did hear. I watched the video, so I saw everybody do the national anthem. But the national anthem's very hard to whistle.
It's a very hard song to do anything.
Yeah,
with.
it's people.
Extremely hard.
Singers say it's like the hardest song to sing.
Yeah.
So I mean, for us whistlers out here,
It was an old British drinking song. The tune was. Can you imagine singing that drunk?
Oh, no.
No, it's so hard. It's so hard.
I wish drinking songs.
You have to start real low so that by the time it goes high, it's not as high.
It's a shame drinking songs still don't exist.
College fight songs are kind of drinking songs.
Yeah, but like it's not the same. Like ever since music was invented, like Peaky Blinders, like when you like your gang like kills the other gang and then you go into the bar and all sing a song, like that shit doesn't happen anymore.
That's pretty baller.
If your football team has a victory
Eagles,
song,
I guess Eagles, yeah. Go Birds, bang
Fly
bang.
Eagles Fly really gets everybody.
Hail to the Redskins.
Gets everybody drinking.
Fly Eagles Flies. It's a good song.
Hail to the Redskins.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Fran.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you. I really need it.
Actually, one last question. Who would you like to see come in last if it's not going to be you guys?
I It's tough because it kind of is between us and Lights Camera Barstool, the only ones that really have a chance of losing. I'm annoyed. I will say I'm annoyed that
Team Portnoy
Big Cat and PFT are crushing it because they don't care, and I don't think they've done anything.
Well, this is the week we're going to find out if that's a joke or not.
Right. Okay. There's weeks that they haven't even changed their lineup, and there's been people with buys that they've just left in, and they still win.
They haven't this week, and I'm playing them, so don't say anything.
Okay. It's annoying as hell. And I was going to say Team Portnoy. I feel like they also have been putting minimal effort. But I am very happy for Glennie. I feel like Glennie does not get enough recognition, and he is absolutely crushing it. It really is Glennie's team. It's
Glennie and
Glennie's
Lisa
doing
Ann.
it all himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
All right,
Fran.
See you next week.
Appreciate it.